Next one I have is cjgrisham. Mr. Grisham. You state your name and your address. You have 5 minutes. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners Court. I'd first like to once again, well, if I could, if I'm not out of bounds, and forgive my ignorance, who here is a veteran on the court? Is it just Louie? And I'm not trying to belittle anyone, but you of all people should know this is a veterans memorial. Number 5 here is addressing a statue that doesn't exist. There is no Confederate memorial here at the Capitol or here at the grounds. It is a Confederate veterans memorial. It is dedicated to Confederate soldiers. When I became an NCO, I took an oath, and that oath was to maintain the welfare of my soldiers at all costs. That was one of my missions. And I look after soldiers who are currently serving, who have past served. My job as a first sergeant, it never went away because I care about soldiers who are killing themselves every day. But so first and foremost, if you're gonna bring something up here, at least be honest about it. This is a Confederate Veterans Memorial. I know that doesn't speak as well, and it probably doesn't sound good when you want to take down a Veterans Memorial, but as a combat veteran, that's disrespectful because those are combat veterans out there as well that memorializes. Combat veterans. There's another memorial over here that memorializes all veterans of all wars. That includes the Civil War. So you're going to take that one down too? Because that one memorializes Confederate veterans as well. This is about Confederate veterans. This isn't commemorating slavery. It's not commemorating the fact that we tried to leave the United States. It's not commemorating anything that we did other than those who heeded the call of the country that called them. Now, that country was a fake country, the Confederacy, but it was the country that called them. And I only say it was a fake country because obviously we lost and we remained a part of the United States, and the president never recognized that. So that's my first issue right here. The second is, every time this is placed on the agenda, I agree with what's been said here about and I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, Bill. I love you to death. You know I do. But he does have the right to bring this up here. I just wish that you would, because I'm actually done with compromise on this. The statute's not going anywhere. There's absolutely nothing that I'm going to support anymore because I have seen time and again, every time you bring this up, you just try to rename it or find some other way. But this is not the issue we have. Bell County is suffering from an increase in violence, and it's in your district. And this is what you want to talk about is division. All this does is divide us. We have gone way past this history, and I am so proud to live in a country where we have recognized the ills of slavery. The United States, out of all the countries with slavery in the world, some that continue having slavery, is the only country with the shortest time span with a history of slavery. We had slavery for the shortest amount of time than any other country in the world because we had it and we got rid of it fairly quickly. It's time that we recognize the progress that we've made instead of looking back to 1865, instead of looking back to 1960 when we finally fixed the Jim Crow era of what happened after the Civil War. But by golly, I'm telling you right now, I am going to stand for this county's veterans. I don't care what war they fought in. I didn't like the Iraq War. I did not like it. I fought in it anyway, for whatever the reason was. Whether it was a lie that we went to war, just like a lie we went to war in the Civil War. Well, it wasn't, actually. There were legitimate reasons, but slavery wasn't one of them. Thank you, Judge. And so, anytime, first of all, let's please be honest. Please be honest. We look to you as county commissioners to have integrity when you come up here and you argue things and you present things to the public. And it lacks integrity to say that there is a Bell County Confederate memorial when it is a Confederate soldiers memorial. It says right there on the statute. So at least if you're going to do these things, and then please just stop wasting our time because I have better things to do on a Monday sometimes. Now, I read these agendas every week. So if there's something that I think I need to come and talk about, I will. But generally, I trust you guys, and if I have to talk to somebody, I'll call my commissioner and talk to him about an agenda item. But I will be here every time this is on the agenda. and I will defend soldiers and veterans. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. The last one I have is Mr. Martinez, Jose Martinez.